Speaking of Major League Soccer and some big news that they've been dropping in the last week, they also dropped their schedule for the upcoming season on Wednesday. That'll be the 29th season in league history. Earliest start in MLS history, February 21st. Inter Miami and Lionel Messi going to kick things off against RSL at home. Every team gets the usual 34 games, 17 home, 17 away. Some key dates. All-Star game will be in Columbus, July 24th. The League's Cup break will be July 26th through August 25th. Decision Day, last day of the regular season, October 19th. MLS Cup, December 7th. Herc, are you cool with it? You got any big takeaways there from the MLS schedule?
Can we just start off for a second and talk about Messi's schedule? Like how ridiculously dumb is that? It's a preseason tour across Asia and the Middle East to roll into the Major League Soccer schedule, to the League's Cup schedule, to the Copa America schedule that he will have come this summer. And Inter Miami's favored by the bookies at -400, which is great because on paper they could have the best team. Now let me get into my I hate the Supporter Shield rant, please, okay? What are you doing? Yeah. Inter Miami's favored to win the league, -400, yet they will only play 6 times against Western Conference foes. So you're doing a disservice to Inter Miami, you're doing a disservice to everybody in their conference and the Western Conference by not having a balanced schedule. How can you determine an outright champion in the Supporter Shield for that race, a CONCACAF Champions League spot, Champions Cup spot, I should say, and it's unbalanced? And how can you deny certain markets the opportunity of seeing the GOAT, of seeing the world's best ever player in Lionel Messi? I absolutely hate the schedule. I absolutely hate the unbalanced schedule part of it. I absolutely hate the way they go about it. I hate how they give a prize to determine a regular season champion for a team that's not going to play the same amount of teams as the rest. It's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, just real quick on Messi, man. He's going to miss a lot of games. You know, there's at least 6 games just in the Copa America window alone. You can figure there's maybe, Herc, a game or 2 on either side of that tournament that he might miss as well. Forget the international friendlies and stuff. You talk about that Inter Miami at +400. I know all they got to do to win MLS Cup is get into the playoffs, and that's not all that hard in Major League Soccer, but we're talking about some major minutes missed here for Messi, aren't we?
Well, I don't know about major minutes missed because Messi's proven he's of a different cloth. He's a different animal. He wants to compete every time he's on the field. And that was Inter Miami's downfall last season down the stretch, is the man was playing all the time, so he got injured. And then they tried hiding the injury from everybody. They were saying he wasn't injured when he was clearly injured and he missed over a month. So something has to give because this player, the player will always want to play. And sometimes you need to protect the player from themselves. How do you do that with a guy like Messi who governs himself pretty much? Are you going to tell Messi he can't play? I think it's a recipe for disaster. You're asking a guy who's entering his 37th, birthday to be physically fit with that amount of games. I just think it's a bad deal.
Before we move on, quickly, one thing I like, one thing I don't like about the schedule. What I don't like, Herc, is what are they going to do in the summer, right? If you look at the summer here, between Copa America and League's Cup, right, from the start of Copa America to the end of League's Cup, you basically got a 10-week window. And within that 10-week window, I think you've got less than 2 weeks where if you've got players playing in international football, you're going to have your full roster. And that's at a time, by the way, in the schedule where a lot of MLS teams, Herc, are going to be playing 3 games a week. I'm not even talking about Euros. You might have some players in Euros as well. I think Euros starts 2 weeks before Copa America or the week before. So you're looking at a 12-week stretch in the summer, Herc, where whatever MLS you're getting, whether it's regular season or League's Cup, is going to look very different than what you get at the beginning and the end of the season. So, again, it's scheduling issues and stuff like that are problematic, but that summer's going to be weird, man. That summer's going to be very weird. The thing I like, real quick, because we got to move on, they left the U.S. Open Cup dates available. Peace is in the future, folks. I'm telling you, peace is in the future.